Welcome to Tales of Honor, a podcast with a mission to tell the true stories of every recipient of our nation's highest military award, the Medal of Honor. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Tales of Honor podcast. I'm your host, Christoph Ambrosch, and today's episode is episode number 599. I said that this would be the last episode for the recipients for the Mexican campaign, but I was incorrect. We have one more after this. That'll be episode number 600, conveniently, a nice round number to finish off the recipients of the Medal of Honor for the Mexican campaign at Veracruz. So on Wednesday, that'll be the last one for this campaign. I don't have any birthdays to go over today. However, I have one bit of news that somehow snuck under my radar until late last night, and that is there is a new Medal of Honor recipient that was awarded yesterday, March 3rd, and that is Mr. Paris Davis. He is a former U.S. Army colonel that earned the Medal of Honor yesterday for his actions during the Vietnam War. So I will be covering his episode here shortly. Probably the next 2 months, I'll be covering his story as time goes on. But it looks like it's a pretty incredible story. I do have him up on the website under the Living Recipients category. I'll have a link in the show notes. I'll also have a link in the show notes for you to go watch the ceremony of him receiving it yesterday from President Biden. So go check that out as well. And I look forward to covering his story in the next 2 months. So that's all I have today as far as news. And so without any further ado, let's get into today's Tale of Honor. Adolphus was born on the 28th of August, 1879 in Tarboro, North Carolina, and not much is known about his early life. It is known that he attended the U.S. Naval Academy and graduated with class of 1902. After his 2 required years of sea duty, he was commissioned as an ensign, and by the time he deployed to Mexico, he was a lieutenant, and it was his actions there that would earn him the Medal of Honor. The citation reads, "For distinguished conduct in battle, engagement of Veracruz, 22 April 1914, was eminent and conspicuous in command of his battalion. He exhibited courage and skill in leading his men through the action of the 22nd and in the final occupation of the city." Adolphus received the Medal of Honor on the 4th of December, 1915, and he married Edith Blair in 1917. Edith's great-grandfather was Francis Blair, who moved into the house that sits across from the White House at 1651 Pennsylvania Avenue. You can't make this stuff up. I do recommend that you go look up the history of this house. It's pretty cool. Edith is credited with being one of the last of the family to be born in that house before it was purchased by the U.S. government to use as the president's guest house for diplomatic guests. I could only find record of Adolphus and Edith having one daughter. Adolphus served during World War I, receiving the Navy Cross for actions while on board the USS Mount Vernon when it had been torpedoed on the 5th of September 1918. He was also active during World War II and retired from the Navy in 1947 after 45 years of service at the rank of Rear Admiral. Adolphus Staton died on the 4th of June 1964 at the age of 84, and he and his wife are buried in Arlington National Cemetery, Section 4, Lot 280-A. And that was a Tale of Honor. Thank you for listening to Tales of Honor, and if you enjoyed the show, please be sure to subscribe and tell your friends and family. Tales of Honor is written and produced by Christoph Ambrosch, and theme music is Loyalty and Duty by Veracruz Music. If you have any questions, you can send an email to talesofhonorpodcast@gmail.com, and please be sure to visit talesofhonorpodcast.com for more episodes and information.